What do you know? Back for yet another episode of Ted's movie review show extraordinaire. And you know what we got on tap today. We've got none other than Dolittle 2020. The latest reboot of Dolittle, but this time we got Robert Downey Jr. And last I checked, I think this movie had like a 16% on Rotten Tomato. So going into this movie, I was like, I don't know what to expect. Something about when I saw the preview that like that song, but turned into the whatever version. That made me not feel too happy about it, but that song wasn't in the movie, so I can say for certain if you're worried about that, you don't have to worry about that. So I saw the movie opening night. There was about 3 other people in the theater with me, and we were in for the ride of a lifetime. I threw up a plot summary. If you don't want to spend the money to go see Dolittle, as I'm sure many people don't, you can learn about what happened in it. But first I'll start off with why. I haven't read why it got bad reviews, but I can kind of guess why. Maybe people would say, The first off would be that most of the animal characters who are supposed to be like the big part of what Dr. Dolittle is the animal doctor, but you could have had the whole movie without any of them. Most of them were pretty forgettable. Like Tom Holland Dog, they just got really big name actors and just threw them in there to be in there, I guess. But like Tom Holland Dog was in it for like 2 seconds. Selena Gomez Giraffe was in it for like 2 seconds. So you didn't really need that. The kid characters, Stubbins and Rose, I don't know. They weren't the most, I guess, my favorite of the characters per se. They were kind of just weird. And then the plot, it was there. There was a plot, there was a plot, and they stuck to the plot. So those are maybe why people wouldn't like it, but I feel like those are all things that kind of come together to make what I like so much about this film, is it seemed really just like a campy late 90s, early 2000s film, back in the era where a movie didn't have to be good to be good, like it could just be a fun movie or just like a really bad movie, but kids liked it and it was fun, so everybody liked it. I feel maybe that's just me, but like this movie was it seems like it's from a time forgotten, like that we see. I feel like we moved past this type of movie as a society, but there's something a little bit charming in getting that fragments of the past, and this was kind of like that. There was some crazy stuff happened in that movie. So, among the things I liked about this just crazy bonanza of a movie that didn't really make sense was like, we got like animals, making jokes like about Angry Birds and Big Bird and My Name Jeff jokes, and it's like stuff like that was just felt so weird, but it was so absurd that I kind of just loved it. You know, like what am I gonna get? Animal CGI animal played by like John Cena. That's a meme, you know. But it was a movie. And like, here's one thing: is you see in the trailers, Robert Downey Jr. is playing, you know, Dolittle, Doctor Dolittle, and he has this weird voice where he kind of talks like a caveman or like the Goonies guy or something. It's like, oh no, boy, I don't know. And I thought that was like a little act that they just showed in the trailer, and that's like the weird exterior he puts on to disarm people. But he's just crazy the whole film. He's insane. He gets his hair cut by a freaking bird haircut. So but I loved it. That's what made it so charming. It's like you have Iron Man in here, acting like a total buffoon, talking to animals, talking to the ape like ooh 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 ooh. He's talking to an ape. I mean, you saw me do it, and that looked well. Like that was in the movie though, and I felt embarrassed doing that. But it's funny because it's so weird, and we've seen Robert Downey Jr. be a normal man for so long that it seems almost, I don't know if it is self-aware, but it seems like it's almost self-aware that it's so absurd. And I know I said I didn't like the animal actors, and most of them I didn't, but one stood out to me, and that was, I don't know, I can't remember his actual name. I wish I could. I'll put it in right here. But the guy who played Daryl in The Office, he played a squirrel in the movie. And most of the people were really funny in this movie just because of how, you know, cringy or bad they were. But Daryl was hilarious in the movie because he was just hilarious. He did his Kevin's Log in the movie, and I gotta say, it had me grabbing my belly with laughter. I was so freaking funny now. I was goofing and it was so hilarious. So that was nice. That part was like a legitimate funny part, you know? And I guess the last thing I'll end it with, and I could never not talk about this. This is just the ultimate power move of a movie. Was we had the dragon at the end. Spoiler alert, I've already spoiled it, but there's the dragon at the end, and the climax of the movie is Robert Downey Jr. digging in the dragon's as Tiffany Hadish's character Mike Abbas would say, the dragon's booty hole. And then the dragon farts in his face. That's the end. The dragon farts in his face. And that was awesome. I was dying. I was giggling like a little baby, getting his tummy scratched. So I loved that movie, and I'm not gonna lie, I would recommend seeing the movie if you just want to have a fun time. What else are you gonna see right now? There's a lot of good movies right now, actually, that you could see besides Dolittle, and you should see besides Dolittle. But if you've seen all those movies, and Dolittle's there, and I would watch it again if it was on TV. So, thank you for listening to my review. Up next we got Bad Boys for Life, which I loved. I already saw it, so I've got the plots. I'm working on the plot summary. We'll get the review out for you soon. And we'll just continue this month of movies that old Teddy has loved. It's been a good month for Tedster. But yeah.